Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're gonna get into, I didn't even start. Well, let's get into the actual topic at hand. We're gonna be talking about why the future generation would definitely hate us a lot. Usually when I do videos like this, I don't exactly like talking about stuff that's affecting me, now, or like, stuff, it's like actual issues that happen around, recently. Like, I don't like to talk about real world issues, so just in case people are 30 years down the road, and probably are only having the aftershocks of what's happening to my generation now, um, they'll probably look at stuff and be like, huh, that's odd. And then just be confused why I don't really mention much things. I like to be in my own, with my YouTube channel, I like to be in a mentally timed bubble where it's still like 20, let's say 2014 or 2012, like the golden age of YouTube. That's why I don't really filter myself much, and it doesn't really matter at all because why not? It's nice and fun. But we're going to get into the actual topic. And as that topic I was talking about is the fact that our future generation is really going to hate us because you see in the media when by the time anybody watches this video, it's going to be like years later and people are going to be like, what? Yeah, but yeah, right now, when this video is being recorded, the media is pushing the fact that you should transition your kids. So basically, if little Jimmy decides to grab a Barbie doll, yeah, you cut his balls off and make him a woman. So, we are now living in one of the most frightening times to be a child other than the Black Death. We have people openly becoming pedophiles, or basically announcing that they're pedophiles. We have the news media basically promoting transgenderism like it's a fix-all pill, and not like the reason why 51% of them kill themselves. But they think this is such a fond idea, but then they don't realize, things are supposed to last a long time. Longevity is kind of the thing of humanity. We've been around for thousands of years, but then all of a sudden Democrats and people with short-sightedness decide to take power, and now we're having children who are being forced to be transgender because having a transgender child is like having a vegan dog. Someone else is at the helm of their mind. And with all that, you have literally, you're going to have in the future where, let's say, 2 generations down, basically my grandchildren, or if someone's younger than me in the crowd, maybe their children, basically their generation is going to look at my generation and the generation that's been pushing this trans crap and look at them with pure spite. They're going to straight up hate them. Basically, you got all these people who are talking about trans rights, BLM, gender, transgender surgery. I can't really think about the name right now. They're going to look at them like how my dad's generation looked at people in Nazi Europe or Nazi Germany. They're going to look at you guys like the Nazi generation. The people that had no fun, don't care, evil, all the way. And whoever they find is basically our time's Hitler. They're going to have that as their Hitler and then call other people that. And it's going to be a different, thing with that. A little different than 1940s Germany, where we actually have more information because we have actual functional computers, and then people only have, stick in a ball. And that's all I can think about. With that topic of Germany, but with the modern day, you have all this stuff and all these people being these devious, evil people for no reason. And the next generation, or pretty much the one after, when they become my age, they're going to be straight up mad. They're going to be angry. They're going to look at, I won't even say my generation, because my generation isn't the one peddling this transgender crap. They're going to be looking at that generation and look at them just as how we looked at Nazis. As bare-bottom humanity, as literal crap, subhuman. And they're going to be so mad, and all of a sudden transgenderism, yeah, that's going to go hit down the bottom, because due to media contrivances and all this artificial crap, they're proclaiming that transgenderism is the highest it's ever been, when I really doubt that, but it could happen due to the fact that there's 8 billion people on this planet now, apparently. And with the fact of that, the next generation, after Nancy Pelosi's generation eventually dies out and croaks like a dead frog, the next generation steps up. Millennials are going to be the ones at the helm, and everybody already hates millennials because Gen X is getting old, boomers are obviously dying off, and the previous generation, they're basically getting wizard powers because they're 1,000 years old, apparently. Gen Z's gonna be voting age because most of them are freaking conservative because we're gonna teach our kids about how crap you guys were, about how much transgenderism crap I had to freaking suffer through. You have all these 40-year-old people going, well, I think children can consent technically by the laws of transgenderism. And I'm like, what? It just confuses me dearly. And the future generations are just going to be really pissed off about it. When some people can't have actually when a lot of people have kids can't be able to have kids because their parents are ignorant and basically treat the media as their father or their guiding force. And that would just be a carbuncle on every step. And them children are going to be mad to the fact they basically were manipulated, can't really reproduce anymore, and they're going to be really mad. And after a while, that generation is going to take it out on us, probably even people like me who really did not push this crap and was literally on their side going, no. I hope they understand that. But I feel like next generation, they're going to have a lot more respect for some older people like me and not these people who keep pushing trans stuff. I think there's other stuff on my mind, but it's not really important right now. But the future generation's going to hate you guys really freaking hard. Because you guys pushed all this sexual stuff, all this LGBTP stuff, all this trans stuff, racial crap. Everybody's going to be mad at you. Because America is going to be filled with a lot of mixed people in the future. And they're not really going to be happy hearing about you. They're going to hear about what you did. They're going to hear from us, which is their elders. They're going to hear about their own parents, their friends. They're going to just be mad in general. If Democrats are somehow a party later, let's say 2030 somehow, then they're going to be voted out so hard. It's going to be a one-party system by how stupid they're playing. They're going to be mad. They're going to probably make 2020, where BLM destroyed everything, basically look like it was a pacifist run. And DC might fall to that. It's like you have these generations that will be so intolerable to your, let's say you actually quote-unquote like. They're going to tear it down with force. You basically just engineered the most transphobic, the least transgender generation in all of time. They're gonna listen to the actual truth and not the weird indoctrination you're trying to get into them. And I believe with optimism, the next generation will just repel everything that we have fallen into as a trap. Because back in 2013, when they first started doing this dumb crap, people just kind of thought, okay, let's treat him seriously because no one was really acting like a man-child that big back then, or that much. So we took the wrong step, and the next generation is going to take the correct step because we're going to tell them how to. They're going to look at someone who says they're a feminist and then beat the crap out of them like someone just made fun of Steve Irwin. It will be a very chaotic future for these people just because of how stupid they are. They alienate everybody. And then in the future, when you got the older activists, let's say Madonna, who's apparently immortal, she's going to be 102. My kids are going to be fully grown, and their generation's going to hate her generation because they all of them just kept pushing this gender crap, all this stuff that's just surface level. And you're going to have our generation who's more concerned about, the mental, like the teachings of Iro, for an example. We actually care about deeper things in life. And they're going to look more to us than these old foons. They're going to be in them locked padded rooms. They're going to be in the worst retirement homes. Basically have them beaten over the head with one of them medical things. And no one's going to like them one bit. They'll be ostracized really badly. And that's what I'm certain about. They keep making... they keep putting the steps together to have the plan where the next generation will basically defy everything they say and hate them 100%. This is a warning to people who keep going on this quote-unquote acceptance train. It's not acceptance, it's literally stupidity. And in some cases, it's actually volatile and very degenerate of you. Being accepting to everything lies you open to being the worst type of person. And when these people figure it out, it's gonna be too late, and they're gonna be like, well, crap, I wanted kids, and I pushed the transgender thing. So all these people are gonna hate me now. And that's how it's gonna be. You're not gonna have anything because you'll be nothing but crap. But to end off my little rant, luckily my generation And maybe the next one will literally be the permanent death of feminism, because the internet will probably still live on. YouTube's not going anywhere, so we're going to have the next generation look at our mistakes and what we learned from them and take it to heart, and then take out the feminist generation permanently. Someone's going to say they're a feminist later on and get the crap kicked out of them, get their teeth shattered. We're going to have a really tough generation next. When all this softy generation gets off, when the softy generation ends, the next generation will be the next hardened one. It'll be like my dad's generation, Gen X, drinking hose water, even though they're probably going to put microplastics in it, just trying to make us infertile. And you're going to have all this. We may be going through the crap of it now, but we're going to have a really nice trail later on. When we're getting older, like by the time I'm 40 years old, and everybody who is my age is 40 years old, some people would be 50, and they would all be in the society where everybody hates feminism, left-wing politics, just socialism, fascism, and communism, which are all kind of three same things, and hate everything the Democrats have ever said. We will basically have a perfect society eventually. I am very hopeful for this. But we're going to finish it off here. This video might be dragging a bit. I probably reiterated way too many points and said stuff over and over, but let's get to it. Adios.